Hello, ladies, gents, and half-smiling shadows revealed by moonlight. We return to the Cultist Simulator, in which Dr. Borden J. Peterson has given himself to the temptations of the Mansas. He was ready to find enlightenment through all this occult business. We are in the middle of working on the Institute, just treating those poor bastards that are a little crazy. We are exploring the streets of the city, the inner tangle, uncanny streets by the light of the moon. We are having one of our disciples, one of our believers, being converted into a disciple. She will become a level 5 moth user. And currently nothing is being studied, nothing is being dreamed of. Let's fix that up. Let's study some of this luck. Or maybe, let's see, what is the objective right now? I should have a clear path forward. I definitely should get more passion. Maybe that's what I'll do. Get another point of passion in there so I can use it. Maybe get more health. We can do the physique and the studying of health, and we'll be able to have enough vitality to get more health. It's pretty damn important to have that. We also have this scumbag that is meddling to my business. I don't appreciate that at all. So, you know, there's only these things that we want to take care of. For now, though, we're going to study the locksmith's dream. And we're going to dream all the way back to the wood again. Maybe we can get something incredible out of it. These dreams are just routinely, we're obsessively entering the wood night after night after night, just trying to glean some more knowledge, something else that can bring us a little bit further into our path of enlightenment, our path of passion, our path of greed for knowledge. We got another subtle fracture we can induct a pawn into it. Instead of going back to the strange streets by moonlight, we're going to explore this peculiar rumor, even though it will create some notoriety for this guy to mess with. I suspect that at the end of this story, I may find someone who will hear what I have to say. The rumors are very useful, not just to find more of your disciples, but to get patrons. And patrons will sometimes have deals for you, nefarious, awful deals. Or they can simply give you a commission that you can just make a manuscript for them to have, and then they reward you with money of the occult. So let's track down this rumor. It will take 60 seconds to do so. We get a little bit of grail out of that. Our temptation back. Please put it back there. Really could use a little bit better algorithms for how the cards behave, but it's just a very minor annoyance. It's not something that is a deal breaker for me, at least. Yeah, this is totally going to be able to be used. Alright, we have now promoted a believer by invoking knock. To she who has flesh, to she who was flesh, I offer my wounds. To she who was stone, I offer this moment, where my old self divides from my new. To she who come from light, I offer my secrets. The door is opened. Isabeth. Now, Isabeth was just here just a moment ago. Just here. Almost certainly. Like my secret right there. Let's get this pawn also. It's an advanced pawn. It's, like I said, they are okay. They can help out with some things. So it's a useful thing to have them. There you are. Another believer for me. But I should really expand my repertoire of people. Passion has been reinstated. We go back to the dream. We found another occult scrap. I think I always want to go for these until I have explored everything. This lore right here, when you explore, you find expeditions that you can go on to. I'm not going to go on an expedition anytime soon because they're dangerous. They require certain skills from your followers or hirelings. But it is very, very useful to have them unlocked. A little bit of erudition. And another locksmith secret. Very happy to find that. Once this is used up, I might try to get a higher level knock and a glimmering. Alright, timer's going on. Might as well study this. I don't think there's anything else I want to study right now. And let's go back to the wood. Like I said, obsessively going. This piece of garbage. See, it's rife with journalists and detectives and the meddlers. How long will they leave me in peace? This scumbag is going to use the notoriety I'm going to get out of this. This rumors. I think it's always... You always get notoriety out of it, but I could be wrong about that. We'll see. It's probably going to happen. Yep, notoriety. Very annoying because it's going to go right there. But we do get Pope Clifton and acquaintance. It's pretty much the same as going out on the streets and speaking of the occult. We get another acquaintance right there that will hopefully become a part of our cult. Very annoying to get that notoriety in there, but he is erratic, so I think that makes it a 50% chance that he will get some evidence to piss me off with. Thankfully, we have a disciple with the aspect of the moth, which means she will be able to get rid of that pesky, incriminating evidence. We have quite a lot of money, so might as well go exploring, get another book. Getting more lore is the bread and butter of this game. The more lore you have, the more things you can do. We got a sturdy disciple. Loyalty and muscles. Gets 2 aspect of the edge. The aspect of the edge is excellent for murdering my enemies. And for taking down obstacles that require so in the expeditions. So very happy to get an edge dude. Let's see if we can get Pope Clifton into our cult. They never say no, because it's not like they're saying no. They are because they're an acquaintance that has been interested in what I have to say. It's not like it is you're having trouble to get them into the cult. They want to be. They are ever so happy to be part of the cult. Oh man, we get a right. Read Pomanders on what is contained by silver. The virgins maidens of the mirror favor orchids. The behindlings favor the rhododendron. Cut flowers of either nature should not be placed before polished bronze. An appendix contains a rite which might be used to summon some of those entities, although the details of its use are not made clear. We have found our very first rite. There's nothing we can do with this just yet. But also we got a really nice bit of lantern lore, a snatch of poetry, a single memory of a certain house that all of us visit at least twice in our lives. For one's first visit, son of a bitch. For one's first visit to the Mansus, this lore is almost essential. The Mansus is the name of the supernatural. It's like the beyond world, the never never, in this particular universe. Let's put it like that. I think this might lead me to the white door. Not entirely sure though. In my dreams, I can use. Oh, we can check that right here. Take out that passion. Poink. Approaching the white door. There is a house in the wood. I know something of that house. Enough to find my way to its light. Let's do it. Let's go somewhere else in our dreams. So I've run out of things to study. A rite is a work that will be used eventually. So let's just put it right there. I cannot use it right now. But what does this look like? Rite of the Watchman's Sorrow. This rite recalls the loss of the watchman who walks the house which has no walls. Light goes before him and shadow behind. He must not see you. The instrument of power is used to summon him to take his sacrifice. Precious knowledge from the root of your thoughts. The assistant must speak the words that anchor your sanity. So choose someone you trust. Rites, they all, like the effect of a rite is always the same, in the sense that it doesn't matter which rite you use to summon a thing. The difference between rites is what sacrifice they claim, what tools you can use to perform the rite. It will become way more clear once we are actually performing rites. Oh jeez. Dark thoughts with dread still on the board. Not a pleasing thing to see. Don't think there's anything else to study right now, although I am exploring for another book, so let's wait a little bit longer to get that study done. The Orchid and Transfigurations, Volume 2. Put that Moorland thing back. We have approaching the white door. These are the bounds about the house, with their mists and their traces. This the rock called the Temple of the Wheel, high as a church spire, patched with black lichen and daubed with eye signs. I round it, and there ahead of me is the white door. The light of the house leaks around its edges. Neat. The way to the wood, we still know it. Now we also know the white door in our dreams. What happens if we go to the white door? Actually, I probably want contentment to get rid of some of this dread. I don't want to... I'm going to put some money in there. I'm going to go buy some drugs to get content. And then we're going to get rid of this dread. Because it is so easy to lose through dread tokens. So we're just going to let that be. I don't want to spend any more money just yet. We did get the Orchid Transfigurations Volume 2. It is a volume in Latin, so I cannot do jack diddly squat with it. The Orchid Transfiguration Volume 2, a 16th century alchemical fever dream attributed to Robert Flood, frequently banned for the distributing allure of its illustrations. This is the original, in the original Latin. Not something I can do with. There's nothing I can do with it just yet. So I think I should focus right now on getting more health. Let's get some studying on health. We're going to endeavor as much as possible to get some more health. I've recruited this poor pathetic bastard now follows me. Pope Clinton. What are you about, Pope Clinton? Now Clifton improvises new prayers rich with solar metaphors. He still shouts like a soldier and drinks like a sailor. Okay, I look forward to giving you tasks that you probably will not accomplish and die as a result. I guess I can continue exploring. This erratic fool was unable to use the notoriety to gather evidence on my activities. He's a complete idiot. I'm very happy about that. I think we're just going to keep him. You get adversaries. Some adversaries are more formidable than others. I think I would rather get an erratic dumbass that doesn't always screw me over. We have plenty of money. I'm just going to keep this money for now. Nah, let's use a little bit more money to do that. Find myself another book. We get another day of work complete. But now we're going to use our skill, stronger physique, and our health to do unskilled labor, arms of bronze. To work then. This will take 50 seconds, 55 seconds, and it will give me some vitality. Along with the study of vitality, of my health, I'll be able to, nice, some contentment. I'll be able to get another point of health eventually. With this contentment, we're going to go to sleep with our dread in our mind, and we're going to counteract it with our contentment. I remember that I was different before. I am full of these dark thoughts, but there's also beauty in life. Let's just go with that, and now we can get rid of that horrendous dread. We get another book, a collection of essays. That is nice. Collection of essays is good. What does this do, you might ask? A collection of essays, if the mind is a blade, this is a whetstone. Study with 2 erudition to gain reason. I would much rather have a gun passion because I have so much reason right now. But if we get 2 erudition, this is a free point of reason without having to gather the giant piles of points that another upgrade would take. So we can go exploring. We can have a conversation with people. Let's just study. Let's send one of these idiots, this sturdy disciple, to go explore in the city. Because there's still the auction house that we want to discover. We want to discover the club. Probably should get some more contentment to get rid of this token right here of despair. Because despair is the wolf that devours thought. And I really don't want to succumb to despair. You found a hireling. It's a level 3 moth. Not really into that right now. I don't want it. Got my health back. Got some vitality. We're going to continue studying health so that way we can get that extra point of health. Very important stuff. 3 points of health is plenty. The most I've ever gotten is 4. But it's very hard to get up to 4. You need to really dedicate a chunk of time to that. We're going to do that again. No, my health is completely fatigued right now, so I guess we'll just go out to work with my patience. We need to dream this fatigue dream the fatigue away. And we'll be able to... Alright, there we go. We'll be able to use the health more often. And that way, we'll be able to get more vitality. But just for study, we'll be able to do it. I have this slot open right now. I should just tell people to do things, but I guess I can get another disciple. I should always be doing something, right? Let's just talk about the locksmith's secret out in the House of Wounds. Go out and talk. Try to garner some attention from somebody that might listen. Oh yes, this is good. This will give me some contentment because I'm having a pleasant day. Give me some contentment to counteract this dread so I don't have to buy some drugs. Okay, the health has been studied. I'll get my health back as well. The health that you study, it does not get depleted. So now we have 3 vitality. One more round of studying of that will give me another one. And that will mean that will eventually... Oh man, this will totally give me vitality, won't it? I already started that, so it doesn't matter. You did absolutely nothing because the hireling that you found was completely worthless. So back to the places with you. I would go to the white door. But going to the white door, ascending to the white door, requires health. But I will have 4 vitality, so it should be fine. In my dreams, I know the path to the white door. Through the bounds. But that path is thronged with the dead who pass that way. I will need health to resist their chill. Absolutely. Entering the white door. Now I can approach the white door through the bounds. Now I can press my fingers to it, feel its chill, watch it swing open. As it opens, my mouth closes, tightens, heals over like a lost deformity. Around and about me is the cobalt light of the Manses. The Manses, oh the Manses, how I long to be one with thee. Alright, get some more money, back to work, bitch. Actually, let's check out the right, see what happens. The right. Each right can be used for many purposes. For a summoning, I must begin by calling upon the power of the knock, which will open the way. Let's see. You have 4 slots here. A slot of sacrifice. The tooltip hit the way, but the sacrifice with this right, you must sacrifice a piece of lore. This right is not something you want to use unless you absolutely cannot help it. But say we can put the lantern in there. That gives me 2 lantern into the big right. Oh, lantern is the aspect of preservation, but also a ceaseless motion. If I add knock, I might be able to attempt a summoning. If I add edge, I can try to conquer my passion with reason. If I add winter, I can attempt a foolish, beautiful magic. Let's add some knock. Oh, I don't have a knock assistant. So let's start with the knock thing, and then we'll add some moth with my assistant. There are possibilities here. If I add grail, I might contact something shapeless. I don't have any grail. I don't even have a single instrument. But you see how it works? This is just to exemplify how the rights work. You put a combination together of things. And sometimes those things will do a thing. You see? So eventually we'll get to a point where we can reliably... I have a few memorized by now from the other... Oh, nice. We found the auction house. I have a few rights that I know the outcome of. So we'll be able to do a few things eventually with those fantastic rights, unless I end up killing myself like an idiot. Alright, we found the auction house. We can find some good stuff in there, but go back to the streets with you to find some more books. We got some contentment. It goes straight into despair. It gets counteracted. We get some more vitality. We got our 4 points of vitality right here. The moment that our... Oh, go back to work with you, piece of garbage. Borden J. Peterson, go back to work. You asshole. I have found another acquaintance. A day for new acquaintances. I might find a kindred spirit. It takes some passion to convince them that I am indeed the right person to follow. We have found another Latin work, so certainly not something that I'm going to use right now, but eventually we'll get there. Don't worry about it. I'm happy to find them because if they are needed to be translated, that's because they're valuable. They will be far more valuable than a standard piece of garbage that you don't need to translate. The dark thoughts have gone away. We get a fleeting memory of them. We get our health back. And of course, the point of vitality. And now we can use the stronger physique to use 4 points of vitality. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Put that there. I will grow stronger still, and that will give me another point of health. Good stuff. Wow. We go to the white door. We can choose between an icy atmosphere, which is a level 6 influence from winter. This is extremely useful. Winter is a very useful aspect that you can summon some very powerful entities with. It's a super badass aspect. You want minions with winter. Winter is very useful stuff. But I don't want that right now. It's kind of worthless to me. So we can either go to the Lodge of the Sage Knight, or we can find the Orchard of Lights. Let's go to the Orchard of Lights. We get an intensity of radiance. There's also a glimmering over there. The white door, it is strictly better than the wood. You never want to return to the wood, honestly, after you have found the white door. So we get the intensity of radiance. The invisible arts, Christopher Illopoli said to have remarked, is said to have remarked, are as profitable as macrame, as ethical as tobacco smuggling, and in general as beneficial as roulette. Still, there is always the Orchard of Light. And indeed the orchard, which is glowing fruit and its peaceful, with its glowing fruit and its peaceful mists, is a place to be yearned for. Last night I walked there in the peaceful hours of the deep night. Even after waking, I still carry with me a little of the glory of the old sun. An intensity of radiance. Light dews the skin and suffuses the air. A level 6 lantern aspect that will not use, but could come in handy eventually in a different endeavor. We get our fatigued health, the way to the white door. Now we're going to just traverse again. I don't think there's anything that we want to dream of right now, so there's no urgent matter. Dreaming is extremely useful to generate contentment, to generate just emotions. You want to have that dream slot open if you have any kind of dire, horrendous need for it. We have found the War of the Rose for Sensory Edition. We haven't found this tome before, so we don't really want to read that again. Collect my Moreland the Shop. Moreland the Shop. Thingy. There you go. Study is open. We can explore. Send a disciple to explore. Go find me a cabaret. Go find me something awesome that we can benefit from. We have come back from work. Back to work with you, Borden J. Peterson. Gotta heal those minds. You found the cabaret. The Ecdysis Club. Read the description of this. A cabaret with an occult reputation. Honestly, I've never really found anything all that interesting in the cabaret. It is useful because it can generate contentment as well, but it's not all that reliable. I honestly find it the most worthless of places. I think you can also find patrons there, so it might be worth going into, but there's such a high chance of getting fascination out of it. You don't want that. But we're going to do that just for the novelty of it. Visit the Ecdysis Club. The entrance is lost beneath soft drapes of crimson, cinnabar, and incarnadine. Above the doors, the club's motto: no pants, no service. It has been rendered as into light's circle we fly. No pants, no service. The drinks, the songs, the lights, the arcing walls, the smoke blue haze, the press and sway of clothed and unclothed flesh. Nightly pleasures. This is totally going to give me some contentment. It right away tells you what's going to give you. Right there. That's the result. Okay. I accept that outcome. I have made a new acquaintance. This pleases me. We get some mystique out of it. Not pleased about that, but I'm okay with it. We have found Valcian, an acquaintance. Valcian has operated her establishment for almost 20 years. She has never employed an assistant. Her hands are terribly strong because she choked my chicken so hard I could not possibly withstand the force of her grip. Immediately inducted into my cult. There is zero waiting involved. There is no waiting list. It's first come, first serve. Everybody can get in as long as you speak the right words. We get that radiance and fleeting memory. We don't care about it. We do get the contentment out of the cabaret. Pretty damn worthless. My funds are running low. We're not going to go explore anymore, but I will send a sturdy disciple to find maybe the streets. We get another point of health. Fantastic stuff. We can go back to studying what we really want to study, which is the occult. Latin. You can study that. And we're going to go back to the white door and get something awesome out of it, hopefully. A furtive truth. Yeah, I will keep this. For the most part, I'll always keep this. You can get other stuff, but yeah, I'm just going to get that. Many of the dead enter the manses through the white door. They wander its corridors in silence until they are lost. Some embrace each other, some devour each other. Some force their way into the dreams of the living. A few record their memories of the manse's stone where it is soft. They scratch it with their nails, you see. Last night I read one of those memories. We have found a furtive truth that is a higher level secret histories that will let me find better places to go into expeditions into. I'm back. We get the way of the white door back. You see how it is extremely beneficial to be constantly going back to the white door. Because we get pieces of lore. We get our bread and butter, which is getting more expeditions. We get the Streets of by Moonlight. That is fantastic stuff, I suppose. Not exciting, but I am happy to have it. We also get our locksmith secret back. What are you? Forge. Valcian's ingenuities are endless, and her grip is stronger than my blacksmith's. Truly broke my dick in half with her grip. It's Borden J. Peterson. Dick all bruised right now. Let's go back to the streets because we might find that aspect of the knock. And we'll be able to induct Valcian into a disciple. In the meantime, we can get yet another follower. Always be closing. There, Watchman's secret. There you go. Always be recruiting, always be doing something. Unless there is something actively preventing you from it because there's some kind of danger, just keep those timers running with something. You will use it eventually. Okay, let's see if we can get some of that aspect of knock. Some more dark thoughts, but nothing, no dread anywhere. My notoriety has finally vanished. We have found a furtive truth in the royalty of England. According to Wilsford, became the sovereigns of the leashed flame, destroying or transforming their enemies, conquering Europe, establishing grand cathedrals for Saint Spark. The alliance with the Forge begins to take its toll. The last few chapters are missing entirely. Cool. Soon we'll be able to upgrade these, but for now I would like to just get the expeditions out of them. We would have to just, study them, right? No. We will have to explore that knowledge. You can study too, and you can have the chance of making them bigger. But for now, we'll just use them for expeditions. There's no reason to not to. Kind of run out of things to study now. So I suppose I'll just generate things. Since I have two of these, I'm just going to generate some erudition. We can get another point of reason, even though it's really not that helpful right now. Go back to the white way. I definitely don't want restlessness right now. It's just not useful to me. So let's just go to the Lodge of the Sage Knight and get some erudition out of it. To get that, because we'll be able to get that thingy that I wanted. Entering the white door. In last night's dream, I was in the Lodge of the Sage Knight behind the white door. It is difficult to remember exactly how I came there. And the mistress of the place, the woman with the dark glasses, was nodding as if I had asked her a difficult question. Of course I hadn't. I lost my speech when I passed the white door. How is it that I can speak? She said to me. I didn't come here through the white door. I'm not proud of what I did to come here. So let me tell you about something else. Cool. I have no opinion of your ordeal there, lady. All I know is that I am going back to the white door. No. I don't want to do that. Boink. Back to that white door. Get me some more good stuff. We have explored some more. We got the subtle fracture with which we can upgrade Valcian into a disciple. Also, it's time to unlock an expedition. We're starting to have some good stuff here going for ourselves. We might go into an expedition, even though it does create notoriety. What's happening here? We have found another idiot that wants to follow in our wake. Did I say idiot? I meant loyal follower. That will totally help out in our ways. This job is super boring, honestly. I might just go into a different career path, if only to spice it up a little bit. Also, it does not create a whole lot of money. It just barely lets us scrape by. Okay, we got double erudition. Let's do that. We're going to get another point of reason out of that endeavor. We go back to the white door and we get another furtive truth. There's zero question about that. Blah, blah. Last night I read one of those. This is exactly the same piece of lore. Good stuff. Very happy to get that. You know what? back to the white door with you. Do it. Thing is, this is not the only thing you can do. You can also find different ways. You can find other paths. Oh, but that's not how you do it, though. Is it? Way to the white door. Yeah, I think it's with the wood. I forget how you get to the stag. You can only have health. No lore can be placed in there. I think the white door is completely different. I think you need to go to the wood and then you get something, some other path. I forget. I forget how you go to the stag door. But we have found the Strathcoins residence. We will explore eventually. Right now, I don't feel like we are equipped for such an expedition. Passion. Some mystique. The Watchman's Secret. And Sylvia, an acquaintance. What are you about, Sylvia? Sylvia lost her eye in the woods when she was 9 years old. Every year on Candlemas, she returns to the place she buried it. That's pagan Christmas, if you don't know. We can induct her into the cult immediately. Let's do it. She might have the abilities that we want for this expedition. Off you go. I'm not exploring everything. That cannot be. Go find me another expedition location, please. More money for me. Back to work with you, Bowden J. Peterson. The doctor will be in at all times. Zero rest involved. Sickness has happened. My rival is also being a pain in the ass. So, only a little wound, just enough to give homage to the powers that open. Homage. Alright, there you are. Wonderful new believer. Sylvia has a detailed knowledge of roof ridges, of the river at low tide, of Irish whiskey, and of conjuring tricks. Another moth, not happy about that. I mean, it's nice to have two, because that way, if you can somehow get the two of them to work in tandem, you get a 100% chance of success of, at a task that you're trying to accomplish. But I would rather have more variety right now. I'm not very happy about that one. I don't have the means to super ascend her, though, so I guess we'll just continue talking on the streets. Is there anything else I want to talk about? No. I'm not even going to mess with my adversary. I'm not going to do anything other than just go back out. Find myself some other person. Got myself some more reason. Nothing to study. Really, I should be getting some more tomes. Nothing to study right now. I really have very low passion, so maybe just get a few glimmerings. I mean, I have nothing else to study, so might as well keep that timer running with glimmerings. What do we get? That is Aspect of Winter. Don't really need that right now, so let's go back to the Lodge of the Saint Knight, and we get a Forgotten Chronicle. Fantastic stuff. That is some valuable shot. Saying something different as well. Last night I visited the Lodge of the Sage Knight. My hostess manifested as an elegant woman with fashionable short hair and dark glasses. No, she admits, I don't need them anymore. Any more than I need eyes. Allow me my sentimentalities. But you've come for knowledge, I expect. Here's a story I heard in my Kerry Sham days. You're welcome to it. Only remember me if you come to make the pilgrimage. Another, even higher level expedition can be accessed through that. My health back. Put that where it belongs. Put it in position, damn it. And now since we have the affliction, we're going to immediately use it. Unfortunately, I don't have any vitality right now. I guess I could, since the study timer is not doing a damn thing. And this will last for quite some time. Nah, let's just pay money. I don't want to mess with that. I will permanently lose a point of health if I don't diligently get rid of that stuff. We have found Cater and Hero Limited. There you go. Another expedition area. Go buy another book. Poink. There you are. Want some more money, huh? Back to work with you, Warden. Alright, continue. This is getting, indeed, a little grindy. Not going to disguise that fact, but I'm having a good time just getting all the good stuff. Give my passion back over there, and we get a collection of poetry. which, you know, the glimmerings are going to be very useful for, because the collection of poetry is exactly the same as the essays, but for passion. So if I can get another glimmering, which I will endeavor to get right now, we'll get another point of passion, which is very, very helpful. Alrighty. Get those timers going. We get an aspect of the heart over here because we have gotten our health back. Back to the woods with you go. Actually, bones, but that is thrown with the dead. If I do this, there's no way I can go back. Let's see what happens. The way to the wood. What the dream of the road. If I have the right knowledge, I might be able to find the way beyond it. Let's see if we can find another path. We used the glimpse of the mantis thingy. The light in the wood, not enough. I don't have high level enough. That sucks. This is the bleached way. The white door, indeed. Don't want that. Yeah, I don't have enough, but apparently there's something that can be done with knock. I forget exactly how to get to the stag door. So I guess we'll just go with passion. I don't have any passion, so we're just going to let that timer go. Give me another book, bitch. Do that. Dreaming, studying, money. Back to work with you. Money is good. We should have the passion available by the time this study thing is done. We're going to get some restlessness up there. We get some vitality. Not terribly useful, but I'm okay with it. And another... Oh, this is great. We got a way to learn Latin. So very happy to get that. We can now translate the other 2 tomes. But of course, we first need to study Latin in order to be able to use it. We get our passion back through here. Point. And into the woods you go, because I don't have the lore to go in a different way. And immediately we're going to use the collection of poetry to study it real hard. We're going to become extremely pretentious. We're going to go to a dive bar, going to take that microphone and recite our horrendous rhymeless poetry. And it's going to be a bad time for everybody involved. Get my passion back, get the Watchman's Secret, and we get Dorothy, an acquaintance. It's time to go back to the streets to get that aspect of knock, so I can get some of these disciples, some of these believers into disciples. That'll be fantastic. For now, though, we're just going to induct this idiot into our cult. There you are. Yet another poor soul, lost and bereft of knowledge, comes to us. Whoa, 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 whoa. Buzzing in the brain is garbage. We get a furtive truth, the best thing I could possibly have gotten out of that, so that pleases me. The velvet is strung at the well of the wood, and the velvet is the hour that keeps secrets. But now and then she lets a little secret fall, like a crumb at a feast. Last night I found a moss-clad rock written all around with the secrets of another history. I might give thanks to the velvet, but it will be wiser not to draw her attention. Neato. That there, the way to the wood, has been explored. I don't have the lore to do anything, so back to the white door with you. Give me some more of that fantastic stuff. We can also get aspects that we can use to induct a person. Level 3, just... Oh, but you're a bomb maker. You also have 5 forge. Yeah, we're going to hire you. And we're going to go into an expedition and hopefully be able to win. The low-level expeditions, they don't usually have very difficult endeavors. A believer. What are you? Dorothy is an enthusiastic sort, and I have turned her enthusiasm to our advantage. Alright, she is a disciple of the heart. Disciple of the heart are extremely useful to getting rid of notoriety. You can tell them to do the business of the cult, and they will consume notoriety, and then just completely get rid of it. Good stuff. Alrighty. Oh, what do you got? Restlessness. And the temptation of enlightenment. You know what? I really don't want enlightenment. I am feeling much more like a glutton. Like the sensations is what I want. Okay, we have study. We have more passion. Now what I would like to do, even though I don't have any erudition, we're going to attempt to improve our knowledge of the locksmith. Study the lore which opens. There are incantations of unseeming, where the space between the words is as spontaneous as the actual syllables. When a thing is opened, we will know its nature. Neat. But, this is moth. This is heart, I think. Or grail. I think it's grail. They are very similar, the colors. So I'm not interested in those lores at the particular moment. Let's just try to do this. Improve our knowledge of Nock. There's nothing happening here. That upsets me. But we'll wait for the dream. Maybe we get the aspect that we want. It's very unlikely, but we'll try. Sturdy Disciple comes back. The Bomb Maker comes back. He pleases me. It pleases me to have this guy back. This hireling. He'll only last 120 seconds. But hopefully we can make something good out of him. So what would happen if I were to go to the Strathcone's residence? Send expedition here. What is the description here? The house of Mr. Strathcoin. A collector of rare objects. Strathcoin will not sell his treasures, but a sufficiently cunning accomplice might gain entry. Seems like I need Nock for that. Or Lantern, maybe. I have Heart. I have Lantern. 5 Moth. 2 Forge. Edge. Moth. And Forge. I don't think we are suited for that one. But maybe this one. Cater and Hero Limited. It's been abandoned since the explosion, when both the owners died. The machine stands silent, the building is a collapsing shell. Mr. Cater was known to display peculiar trinkets in his office. Perhaps some yet remain. We can do that, or at least try. Don't really have much to go on. It's probably a bad idea to do this. I'm going to do it. I'm going to send our Bomb Maker. And I'm going to send our Sturdy Disciple. This gives me 5 Edge and 5 Forge. They will be able to destroy anything in their path. For the most part, most of the time, they're going to be able to do it. And we're going to give them some money. Off you go to Cater and Hero Limited. The remaining factory walls could topple at any moment. Blackened timbers creak in pain. We must equip ourselves properly and move with dreadful care. Expeditions need at least 1 funds per obstacle. Followers will defeat obstacles. This seems really weird, but it's actually very simple. We'll see what happens very, very soon. Off you go into the expedition. They're out on their way. I don't want restlessness. Let's go back to the lodge. A favor from authority. This is very, very useful, but only in very, very limited situations. Last night I dreamt of a blue silk pavilion overlooking the cloudy labyrinth of the Bounds. I listened to the mistress of the place speak of other visitors. The Suppression Bureau come here. Did you know that? I think they hope to recruit me as an ally. She snorts derisively. After what they tried to do to Christopher? But their folly is their fortune. I will tell you something that might help you if the Bureau ever troubles you. Thing is, this is a get-out-of-jail-free card. I've learned something that will earn me a favor once only. This will preserve you or a follower from imprisonment, but it cannot be relied on. It only lasts 300 seconds, which is 5 minutes. 5 minutes. It only lasts 5 minutes, so it is rare that you're going to have that exactly where you want it, when you want it. So, not terribly useful. Appreciate to get it. Off you go. Into the white door again. Nothing to be said right now. I guess I should go and find some other fool. Let's go and find some other fool that will follow me. Because I don't have an aspect, I don't have any way to promote anybody. So let's just do that. This study is this project has possibilities. When research requirements appear, I must fulfill them to gain insight. If I gain 3 insight, I will succeed. Otherwise, I will fail. This will consume certain things of your resources. It will either be reason, it will either be passion, erudition, or glimmerings. It's random, so you might get lucky and only require reason for research, and that way you'll be able to... Oh, geez, we've got some sickness going on. You'll be able to get the research be successful. So it's not like you're always going to lose if you don't have any glimmerings and stuff. Anyway, the expedition, all this expedition does, now that we have gone through the first round, this shows you the obstacles that you're going to find. All that there is treacherous ground, pits and quags, and sun tumbles. The earth here cannot be trusted. We will need strong hands or clear sight, forge or lantern. We have 5 forge, which means we can get past this treacherous ground. I understand this is about a 50% chance, because 10 is a 100% chance. Like every time I reach 10 is like you will succeed. Anything below 10 is open to failure. So now we can send more assistance. Now that we know what we need in this expedition, we can be like, okay, so it needs forge or lantern. We have 5 forge. Let's make sure that we have a high chance of succeeding. I do remember I have one of these fools. She is able to contribute a little bit more with forge. Valcian, she can really grip real hard the bomb maker's dick to make sure that he works really the way that we want it to work. So off you go, Valcian. Go over to the expedition location. You can be useful to me. Let's see, for now, my adversary has not enough evidence to bring a case against me. He's a scumbag and he deserves death. Timers are going. We can simply... Holy crap, 45 minutes. What the hell? It requires erudition. I don't have erudition. So this research is probably not going to succeed. But the research itself will give me erudition. So that makes it more likely to succeed in the next attempt. And as the atmosphere is winter, I don't really want that right now. Go back to the Lodge of the St. Nigel. I think we're building a rapport with this person. We get another favor from authority. This is exactly the same text. Okay. Another favor from authority. I'm happy to have it. Not going to be useful. Very, very unlikely to be useful. Back we go. Into the night. I don't have erudition. I already sent them assistance. The Madrugada is an hour of forge as well as winter. Her power might quiet the unsteady earth. We'll probably be fine. This is the encounter that we're facing. You do get a chance. You get 2 chances to send assistance. Unfortunately, I have nothing else that can assist with this task. 7 forges as high as I can get it. Let's assume that's a 70% chance of success. So we're just going to leave it be. We get some erudition out of that. And the knowledge was not improved. I guess I could just study that stuff. But now that we have the erudition, might as well, you know, just try to get that upgraded with another affliction. We're just going to have to sleep that away. Get my money. Back you go to work. Dr. Borden J. Peterson needs some more experiences at the ward. Make sure that all the people are well taken care of. Promising research. It's progressing. We're going back to the area. What happened? We're mud spattered and thorn scratched, but we've made it through. Fantastic. We succeeded against that treachery, and there's no other obstacles to surmount, so this is a success. Fantastic stuff. Now the timers just need to run out. I have inducted another fool. I have not inducted him yet, but I have lured another idiot. Rhaenyra, an acquaintance. We have found this lady before. Might as well. Oh, I don't have any knock because I'm trying to upgrade it. So, yeah, back to making acquaintances. Always be talking. Always be doing things. Furtive truth, we'll take that, no problem, no questions asked. There you are. Another one right there. We can upgrade these into a Forgotten Chronicle eventually. Alrighty. Another one bites the dust. We're going to use money to get rid of this affliction. Could try to get vitality, but not going to do it. Actually, it would be really easy to get vitality by simply working with the hardened physique. You again, you scumbag. Leave me alone. You're an asshole. Hate you. Back to work. Back to work. Give me all the money. Treasure lies before us. We're much better, blah, blah, blah. Cater's office. Here's the capacious room where Mr. Cater once watched the workers on the factory door. The window glass is long gone, and rats and crows have made this place their battleground. But perhaps there's still something of use in here. I did get some notoriety out of the expeditions. Every time that you do an expedition, you will get some notoriety. There's no way around that. What do you need? A glimmering. I have no glimmerings. This will always fail. Not always fail. There's always a chance to succeed. I did not know that. All shall be opened. When they open the thing, then we learn its nature. I've deepened my understanding of the lore that opens, which we call by its aspect, knock. We have gotten an inguvine right. Every door in the mansions requires sacrifice before it will open. The Ingevine Rites prescribes the manner of the sacrifice. We have now our level 4 knock. Lore. Extremely useful to get more lore. Very, very, very important. That is a weird thing that just exists. I don't know why that exists. It's just a little bit of a counter thing for the study. Alright, let's learn some Latin. This asshole is trying to find evidence to convict me, but he's erratic. Hopefully it will not be a problem. Alright, Cater's office has been explored. 2 floorboards lift away to reveal a hollow beneath Cater's desk. The rats have made free with the biscuits he stored there against the peckishness which haunts the entrepreneur, but they could not penetrate this iron lockbox. A moment with a crowbar will open it. Valcian, very helpful lady. We get some notoriety, not happy to see that. We'll get some funds back. It's not, I did not earn this. This is funds that I sent that were not necessary. We get them back. The sturdy disciple comes back. The bomb maker was very well worth the expedition. And now we get the rewards for expedition. We get the encircling Tantra. The explorer and entrepreneur T. Everett Duplantis once attempted to plunder the temple where this text was held. His fate is recorded in an appendix. It is in freaking Sanskrit, so not going to be studying that anytime soon. What else do we have? We get an iron spintria. I think that's spintry? Spintrea? Iron spintrea. Iron spintria. It is currency of the occult. Initiates of the hidden world use spintrea to pay for services. Iron spintrea are the lowest denomination and display scenes of murder on the reverse side. Spintria can be sold for more traditional funds at an auction house. They can also be used in rites, but you see that they have very low aspect, just level 2. They are currency you can use for several things. For now, we're just going to pile them up. I guess right there. That's as good a place as any. And we also find some bitter black salts. No ordinary chemist could produce these dark gleaming crystals, not without the touch of the forge. This is a material that we can consume in rites, and it is mostly very useful stuff for certain tasks. Probably it's going to languish there. We're going to pile up a whole bunch of materials over there that eventually will come in handy, hopefully. I think I need to cut it right here. It's been 51 minutes. It's just completely lose track of time. So we have been successful in our first expedition. Our cadre of disciples has succeeded in the mission that I said before them. Only the first of many. I would like to focus on upgrading all these idiots into actual disciples I can trust with good tasks. Studying some Latin to decipher the occult words of the orchid and the Horus. And we continue traveling our dreamscape, finding our way ever deeper into the realms of the Manses. And then doing some menial work at the Institute. Not terribly exciting over there. I might just go for other tasks that you can possibly do. I would like to find some patrons. I've just been unlucky finding patrons. Usually when going out to speak of esoteric matters, you'll just randomly find patrons that give you commissions and sometimes even a succulent deal that you can cut with them at a price. But it will all work out eventually. We'll see fantastic things. I've gotten more adept at not dying at this game, so hopefully we can find it all the way to the top. Pretty sure a successful run can go up to 30 hours, so this series might become a little longer than I expected. One way or another, this is the last you're going to see. This run right here is the last is going to be on the channel, unless there's some kind of weird, extremely loud outcry for more Cultist Simulator. I doubt that. This is mostly a self-indulgence, because I don't think this makes for an extremely pleasant viewing experience, but, you know, it's something you can definitely listen to. Not much to see, but there's some really strong writing in here, and there's some good storytelling going on. And I just cannot wait until we're summoning some really weird creatures to do our bidding. That is, I think, the most fun I've had so far in this game. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, just find all those manuscripts long lost to the Manses.